Good day, everyone. This is Dr. Kelly Rock back yet again. This tutorial is going to focus on how to read your plan of study. So before we begin, it's important that I tell you that all students are required to have 120 credits in order to graduate. You, as the student, are responsible for planning your academic program and for meeting the requirements of the university and of the department. It is important that you carefully read and review for accuracy your plan of study to make sure it is correct. Ultimately, this is your responsibility. And I take just a moment to say that because as humans, we all do make errors, and the Department of Nursing is no exception to that rule. We have miscalculated, embarrassingly, on some students' plans of study, which has caused some delays in graduation. We don't want that to happen to you, and we need you to be an advocate for yourself to make sure that our calculations are correct. There are typically an awful lot of questions about transferring credits in from another institution. I would like to refer you to the undergraduate catalog, the 2015 to 2017 edition on page 13. The determination to transfer credits is made by the Office of the Registrar. In select circumstances, the nursing department may be consulted. Okay, so let me give you the plan of study basics. Each one of them is prepared by Roxanne Wegley, our academic progression and student retention specialist upon your admission to the program. This document will be emailed to you. It is your responsibility to keep this document saved in at least 2 different places, as you will need to refer to this throughout your RN to BSN program. You'll be happy to know that this document tells you exactly what courses you need to complete in order to graduate from the FSU RN to BSN program. Again, I cannot emphasize strongly enough to you. Please read it carefully, review it, and make sure that you review any updated versions that you are sent. Make sure it is accurate. Again, this is ultimately your responsibility. So we're going to look at 3 different examples of 3 separate plans of study. I would ask you if you would get your own personal plan of study that was sent to you and follow along. All right, so let's start with example number 1. This is Batman. You can see his name in the upper left-hand corner, and you're going to see 2 separate columns. Long story short, if an area or a specific course is highlighted in yellow, that means that you need to complete a requirement. If you have already transferred credits or courses, they will be already filled in. So let's take a look at Batman. It appears as though in order to graduate, looking for the courses or the modes of inquiry highlighted in yellow, he needs to complete English 308, 338, or 339. He needs to complete 3 credits in the Fine and Performing Arts modes of inquiry. Then moving over to the right-hand side, Batman needs to complete Nursing 401, 402, 403, 404, 405, 406, 491 and 95, 496. Batman also needs to complete Management 356. Batman also needs to complete one 3-credit elective. Now, there are a few other items on the plan of study that tend to cause a lot of confusion for students. The first one is this area here where it says other electives to reach 120 credits. Students are given 30 credit hours that is granted towards an active nursing license. This will not show up on your plan of study until your final semester. I will warn you ahead of time that the registrar's office sometimes sends out warning letters that you don't have enough credits to graduate before we're able to process the licenses. So just be aware of that moving forward, that you will not get these credits until after your final semester has begun. Very important. We get a lot of concerned students that call about that issue. The other very common question that we receive is down here in the bottom right-hand section of the plan of study where it says total credits for graduation. There are two columns here. The first one is have, the second column is need. So the have column is the number of credits that you have successfully completed to date, and the need column is the number of credits that you still need to complete in order to graduate. If the need is in the positives, meaning it's a positive 1 through whatever, that means that you still need to complete those credits. If by chance in the need column you see a negative number, negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth, that means you have more than enough credits to graduate and no additional ones are required. So don't let that confuse you. Okay, let's move on to the second example. So this is student Susie Sunshine. If you see a solid black line across the left-hand side of the column, that means that you are a second-degree student, just like Susie. If you see an exclamation point in your plan of study, that means that those are courses in which you are currently enrolled but have not yet completed and final grades are not in. So, in Susie Sunshine's case, she needs to complete the following classes to graduate, given that she will successfully complete the courses that she's currently enrolled in. Nursing 401, 402, 405, 406, 491 and 95, 496. Susie will also need to complete Management 356 as well as one 3-credit elective. Let's take a look at the last example. So this is Shira Smith. There are a couple of nuances to Shira's plan of study that I'd like to call to your attention. If an item is highlighted in pink, that means that a student is currently taking that class outside of Frostburg State and that obviously they've gotten pre-approval because that's how we would know about it. Additionally, anything that's typed in red is typically extra important. So please take time and read it carefully. So, Shira Smith must complete the following classes to graduate: Nursing 308, 338, or 339. A 3-credit Identity and Difference Mode of Inquiry course. Nursing 401, 402, 403, 404, 405, 406, 491 and 95, 496, Management 356, a 3-credit elective, in addition to an additional 4 credits in any subject area, which is written here in red at the bottom of the plan of study. Extra, extra important. And this concludes the end of the tutorial on how to read your plan of study. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. The nursing department can be reached Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30, either via email or via telephone at 301-687-4141. Thank you for your time.